Today I'm going to be reviewing a Bible from Tyndale. This is the Women's Devotional Bible in the Message translation by Eugene Peterson. And it says, with insights and reflections by women for women. This is the terracotta leather look edition. It comes in a nice sleeve here. And it says the message of the Bible for women by women. Messed that one up already. The message of the Bible by women for women. You get what I'm saying, right? The scriptures are meant for us to help us draw near to God and discover God's vision for us. This devotional edition of the message invites women of all ages and life experiences to consider what it means to be made in God's image and invited into God's mission out of our unique design. With down-to-earth insights into the experiences of women in the Bible, informed by the wisdom of women in our contemporary context, the Message Women's Devotional Bible expands our imagination for faithfulness over time. Often overlooked in the scriptures are women actively participating in the story of God. Many of them are unnamed, many of them are only mentioned or alluded to, but the message of the scriptures is incomplete without them. This devotional Bible draws our attention to the insights hidden in their stories and the relevance of their lives to ours. This Bible includes contributions written by women of diverse ethnicities, backgrounds, and vocations, 320 topical devotions, biblical section introductions highlighting the needs and interests of women, 52 profiles on important figures in the Bible, space and sensitivity for women to engage with difficult Bible passages, and fresh and candid insights into often neglected biblical passages and personalities. All right, so this is from Nav Press, and it's they worked with Tyndale to produce this Bible. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this out. Maybe. She's a little stuck in here, sorry. There we go. So very nice cover. Love that. We have Eugene Peterson, Women's Devotional Bible, The Message. Okay, before I get into this, I want to say one thing. I know a lot of people are going to come at me, or maybe not even come at me. They just don't like the Message translation. That's fine. Some people don't think it is a translation. It's more of a paraphrase, I would say, of the Bible. Friends, I'm not going to take this and use this as my only Bible, my only translation. I mean, obviously, if you watch my channel, you know that I don't take any translation by itself. I have several different translations that I love. So I don't recommend you use the Message as your only translation of the Bible. I don't. I don't think it's terrible to use it along with other translations. Again, this is my opinion. You're welcome to yours. I have no problem with you if you like this, if you don't like it. I just wanted to put it out there before I went through this Bible because I know there's some people who really have strong feelings about the Message, and those are my feelings. Just wanted to say that. I'm okay using it as long as I'm using other translations alongside of it and not using it as my only translation of the Bible. If you like the Message, welcome. If you don't like the Message, welcome. So that's my feelings on it. All right, here we go. So this just tells you the Message is a contemporary rendering of the Bible from the original languages crafted to present its tone, rhythm, events, and ideas into everyday language. All right, so we're going to start out here with a table of contents. An introduction to the Message Women's Devotional Bible. How to get the most out of the Message Women's Devotional Bible. Just telling you a little bit more about the features there. An introduction to the Message. Don't think I missed anything. Nope. All right, then we're going to get into the Old Testament. Okay, so this is an introduction to the books of Moses, which is the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And then we're going to have our introduction to Genesis here. So we have a page introduction, page and a half. And then here we get into the scripture. So this, I think, is an 8.5-ish font. It's not super small. Not super large either, so this is a smaller Bible. Definitely a Bible you could take on the go. It's a double column layout. We're going to have our chapter numbers and our headings kind of in this looks like a brownish color. Kind of separate them there. And I noticed one thing, and I don't read the Message a lot, so I don't know for sure if it's every Bible in the Message paraphrases like that, but like it has, I don't know if you can see that, but it has like 2 to 4. So each verse number is not individually marked. It's like a little range of verses. So here's 5 to 7 down here. And then there's 8 to 9. So it's not complete. The verse numbers aren't in there at every single verse. And again, I just don't remember because I haven't read a Message Bible in so long that I don't remember if it's like that in every Bible that's the Message translation, but in this one in particular, it definitely is. So just be aware of that. I feel like this wouldn't be one anyway that you're going to use as a study Bible where you're going through like verse to verse or even like taking it to church and following along with your pastor. I don't know of any churches that use the Message as their main way to read scripture. So I could be wrong. And again, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying I don't know of any. So you probably wouldn't be taking this one to church. So the verses shouldn't be an issue if you're using this just more as a devotional Bible. I haven't been coming up with any of the devotionals. I want to show you that. So here is one about Delilah. It's a full page. You could definitely do like a Bible in a year plan with this too. Because then you wouldn't have to, again, follow like specific verses and be tracking or studying specific verses. You're just reading it to read it and for the devotional content. This is a article here, Violence Against Women. And it does give a warning here that this entry and passage involves highly sensitive topics that might be triggering to some readers. If that's you, be gentle with yourself. We're in Judges. So, I mean, if you ever read Judges, Judges is not an easy read sometimes with some of the events that occurred during that time. It was definitely a time in Israel's history that was not a bright spot. So take that. I mean, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you've read Judges. So that makes sense that the devotional in there's a little intense as well. Here's a profile about Naomi. So this definitely highlights women. As you can tell, this is a women's devotional Bible. I mean, and that's in the title of it, obviously, but definitely geared towards women. This is an article on authority too freely given. I shouldn't say article, it's devotionals. Devotionals. There's devotionals and there's character profiles of women in the Bible. How God chooses leaders. Idolatry then and now. A replanted tree. The foundation of wisdom. Let's go ahead and skip back to the New Testament here. All right, not quite. Okay, here we are in Luke. We have a devotional work that Jesus highly regarded, and you can see this is a black letter text. This Bible with the line spacing is pretty readable. Like I said, it's not a huge font, like a large print by any means, but it does read a little better than you would think for a smaller font size. Let's go ahead and go back to the end of the Bible here. I don't think there's a ton back here, but there definitely is some. Okay, so we have the translator and his friends, translation consultants, the Message Devotional Bible team. We have contributor biographies. All right, we have an index of devotional entries. So if you're looking for just all the devotionals, it tells you where to find them here. An index of the biblical character profiles. So if you're looking for a specific character in the Bible, you can look here. Notes. believe that's it. Yes, and then we were at the end of the Bible. All right, so this is a nice option for a women's devotional Bible. Make a nice gift. I haven't seen a whole lot of Bibles in the Message out recently, and again, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right place, but this is one that caught my eye because I haven't seen a lot coming out in that translation. I'm always interested in Bibles for women. Obviously I read many different kinds of Bibles, but those always catch my interest. So that's why I wanted to take a look at this. I think this is a good Bible to use for devotions. Obviously, as I said, I don't think it should be your only Bible or the only translation that you're using. I believe that if you're using the Message, you should be using it alongside other translations that are a little more literal. But I don't have an issue with it as one resource to use when you're reading the Bible. So I think this is a good option. I think would be good for devotions and read through. And this is called, again, the Women's Devotional Bible, the Message. And this is what am I trying to say here? This is Tyndale's involved in printing this, as well as Nav Press. I think that's how you say it. NAV and then Press work together to make this Bible, and it would be a nice option for a gift for a woman in your life.